All right, we back. We back. What's going on, Rashard? Back in the building. Back in the building. All right, now. What's going on, Will? What's going on, Scorpion? We in the building. Let's get it. What's good, baby face? Y'all smash that like button on the stream. We got to get this out here, man. Now, I know y'all don't know who this is. Bro checking in. Macca. Yella. Back at it. Miriam. You ain't missed nothing. We just hopped on. We just started. You came right on time. What's going on, Deidre, Stephanie? We in the building. Y'all smash that like button. Please smash that like button on the stream when y'all come in. What's good, Carlos? You know the vibes. You already know. What's going on, Angel? We in the building. All right, we finna get to it, man. So I know y'all don't know who this is, right? This was sent to me in an email. Shout out to Terrell. Oh, no problem. Yeah, we gotta expose all the ones that are deceiving. All right, but shout out to Terrell. He emailed me this. He said, Kinfolk, can you please help me decode this? This is one of my friends. I play football with him. And he has disappeared. He's went missing. He's been missing for about 2 weeks. Right. So I ran the numbers. And as I kept looking, I said, this doesn't seem like a normal disappearance. Right. So I need y'all all to turn on y'all detective skills right now. Cause we gotta get to the bottom of this. So we gonna start simple. But the stuff that y'all about to see, it's about to be mind blowing, right? So let's get into it. So Sidiki Prince Kebe, I believe that's how you say it. Authorities have suspended their search for a man who disappeared last week near Amicalola Falls State Park in Dawson County. Right, so Sidiki Kebe equals 48. Dawson County equals 48, right, in full reduction. Right, we already know, the pure cipher, 1 through 9. His Toyota Camry was found abandoned, right, which also equals 48. His car was found abandoned on Highway 52, about a half mile from the park's entrance with no license tags. So abandoned equals 48 as well. The car that he abandoned, the Toyota Camry, also equal 48. Notice the Saturn rings on the logo. His name equal 48, and where he ended up missing also equals 48. So I asked him, I sent another email. I said, are you sure that this man didn't have any family, with any kind of ties? Because he was 21 years old, right? 21 years old also equals 48 in reverse full reduction. So I said, yeah, do you know if Sidiki had any ties with any groups? Because Freemason also equals 48 in reverse full reduction. Now, not only that, but when the news broke when the Channel 2 broke the news, they had this blonde lady with the blue shirt break the news, right? The Channel 2 was the ones that broke this news of this happening. Now, if you look at their logo, it's also blue and yellow, just like the Freemasonic logo. So I said, oh, it's a little, it's looking like a little too much. It's too many. It's too many coincidences here already. So I asked him, and when he emailed me back, he said he wants to say that he was starting to get into it. Now, that's not a direct confirmation. That's not direct confirmation, but let's just continue, man. Dawson County, Toyota Camry, right? The car that he was in, the car that he abandoned, he went missing in Dawson County at the state park, which equals 60 in reverse full reduction. Also state park, like I said, these places that are used in these rituals, it's a reason behind it. That doesn't mean that if you go to the state park that you're demonic. What time was it when they aired it? That's funny. We're gonna get to that. But going to the state park doesn't mean that you're now a demonic entity for Lucifer. But this is just why this is why they use these places, these specific rituals. This is why these things happen in these specific places, because of the numerology behind it. Now Sidiki went missing in Dawson in his 22nd year of age because he was 21 years old. So he had finished his 21st year cycle. He was on his 22nd. Right, which Dawson equals 22 and Kebe equals 22. Right, forwards and backwards. Also Kebe and dead equals the same cipher. At least that's what they want you to think. Right? Well, let's continue. 86. The term is now more generally used to mean getting rid of someone or something. Its meaning expanded to refer to murder. His full name that they give in the news, everyone has called him Sidiki, quote unquote, Prince Kebe. I don't know who calls him Prince, but this is what every news station, every channel, every publication, they make sure to put Prince in quotation marks. Right? I'm not sure if he's a real prince. We can only find what these news stations tell us, and this is all the information that I could find. So I'm not sure if he was really a prince. His friend Terrell that emailed me said that he was Haitian. So I don't know if anybody knows about Haitian rituals and things like that. But he said he wants to say that he was getting into something. Like I said, it's not an exact confirmation of something, but you know, it needs to be noted, right? But Sidiki Prince Kebe equals 86, right? Just like Dawson, where he went missing, equals 86 as well. Once again, missing man, Dawson County, and keep in mind, they're not looking for him anymore. And I'm going to show you something that's probably going to confirm why they're not looking for him anymore. Right. But they suspend search for missing man, like missing man equals the same thing as sacrifice. 62, right? 62, just like he went missing in Georgia, equals 62. He went missing in Amicalola Falls, which missing equals 45 in reverse. Amicalola Falls equals 45 forwards. So we take forwards and backwards. Amicalola Falls equals 90, right? Just like 4 plus 5 equals 9, right? 4 plus 5 equals 9. You know, the completion, but not finality, right? The next cycle, moving on. 90, Amicalola Falls equals 90. Just like he went missing, in the day that he went missing on equals 90 as well, along with the 36. Missing in the day he went missing equals up to the same numerology. Now 36, more importantly, right? The number 36. Now watch this right here. Now y'all watch this right here. He went missing on June 24, 2022, which both equal 36. Now check this out. His last known location was in the 3600 block of Highway 52 near Amicalola Falls. Now, I don't know about where you're from, but usually highways, there's no block for a highway. It's usually mile markers. They usually say a block when it's like a neighborhood. Like say your address is 3652. And you can say, yeah, I live on 3600 block. So, but it seems as if they had to put that 3600 block in there to show you the numerology. Right? Because Friday missing in June 24th, 2022, all equal 36, and his last location was in the 3600 block. Even his Camry that was abandoned, right? 360, right? 36. That was the place of his car. Also, they called him a hiker, but how do they know that he was hiking? How do they know that was his intentions? Right, search for missing hiker in state park, but here's that 36 again, that 3 and that 6 in English Sumerian. Also hiker, and June 24th, the day he went missing, equal the same numerology, 84 and 30. More importantly, the number 84. The number 84. This is how they create these stories, these narratives. 84. Just like his name, his first and last name equals 84. Now, once again, Sidiki Kebe syncs up with Mark of the Beast. Not saying that he's the devil himself, but we can see why these rituals, just like these places, we can see why these rituals happen to these people. Now, it's something that needs to be noted, right? 69, right? Sidiki Kebe, Mark of the Beast equals 69. Just like missing hiker equals 69. So there they are, constructing the narrative around his name. Now, it's important to note that his first name, Sidiki, syncs right up with fake death. And it's the reason why I brought this to you. It's the reason why I mentioned this, and we're going to find that later. We're going to find that later in a second. Why I brought this up, why I decided to put in fake death. Also, June 24th, the day he went missing, syncs up with murder, right? 474. Also Prince, the nickname that they decided, to name him in these publications. It syncs up with Killing and Prince, right? With the reflection 43 and 34. Now, a lot of people asked why the police already stopped looking for him. Now, the police said they found, now this is when I need y'all to turn on y'all detective skills. Not only pay attention to the time, not only pay attention to the fact that it's 6:33 at the time that they're telling you this, but they said the police said they found a note in the abandoned car, but they can't yet disclose what was in the note. Now, if we're trying to find this person, wouldn't you want people to know what was in the note? Maybe that would disclose what happened to him. But the police suspended the search when they found this note. So it's something in that note that told the police exactly what happened here. Now we gonna blow up this photo thanks to Wolf. Shout out to Wolf, because it was very hard to figure out what the note said, but we figured it out what it says, right? And I even took Death Note, right? Just like the anime Death Note, I took Death Note, and it synced right up with Killing and Prince, which is the reflection of both. So let's listen.
Trail camera spotted him walking through some woods in a popular park Friday. Channel 2's Tom Regan now live at Amicalola State Park in Dawson County. Tom, authorities found the man's car abandoned on the side of the road right near there.
Yeah, and that is what sparked this grueling search. Over the last few days, they've scoured dozens of acres here at Amicalola Falls State Park, but sadly, still no sign.
So they're filming. They're filming the rocks.
But sadly,
they're creating the image for you. They're trying to train your brain how to think.
Tom Regan now live at Amicalola State Park in Dawson
Because
County.
as they pan the camera,
found the man's car abandoned on the side of the road right near there.
Yeah, and that is what sparked this grueling search. Over the last few days, they've scoured dozens of acres here at Amicalola.
So they're already trying to train your brain. This is called subtly programming. So as you see the camera panning down to the rocks, it's already planting the idea that maybe he fell down those rocks and now that's why they can't find him. Everything they do is for a reason. They're trying to plant that thought into your head. They're trying to plant that idea that he fell and that's what happened.
Amicalola Falls State Park, but sadly still no sign of this missing person. One of Georgia's most picturesque and popular parks.
And then they moved on to say that he was on the trail camera, but why not show the camera?
Search teams have been combing the dense woodland for a missing man. Sidiki Kebe, 21, who's from the metro Atlanta area.
We were hiking up at the top of the falls, and we saw police officers and helicopters were here yesterday, and dogs. I think we heard there were dogs looking for him too.
At first, I was just worried, is he missing? Was he taken?
Last Friday, a resident called the sheriff's office saying a trail camera on her land.
Now, I don't know what y'all think about them people on there. I'm not sure.
Young man. When they went to check out the sighting, they found the missing man's car abandoned next to a trail along Highway 52, about a half-mile from the park entrance. The car, without a license plate, had a note inside.
I really don't
the car with no license plate.
Had a note inside.
I really don't want to release what's on the note at this point in time, but he did leave a note in the car.
Search teams from a host of law enforcement and fire
but
and
why
rescue
not?
agencies across North Georgia
Why not? With the keys. Exactly. With the keys in the car.
Trail camera.
So this isn't somebody that just went for a hike. Because if he went for a hike, he would have took his keys with him because he would have intended to return to the car. You don't get out the car and leave your keys on the seat. That's something that has to be purposely done. You can't take your keys out the ignition and then they just end up on the seat. So this is somebody that never intended to go hiking.
Trail cameras.
Now the 3600 block. $3,600 block equals 38, just as well as murder equals 38. Now we about to uncover 3600 block equals 101, just like Sidiki equals 101. Once again, the number 9 represents completion but not finality. It acts as an usher, right? Moving on from one cycle and the potential it creates for another cycle to begin. He went missing on Friday. He went missing on Friday, which both equal 99. 9642, just like the day he went missing. 9642 Freemason. And then we had the reflection with the Toyota that he left abandoned, right? And then the 576. Yeah, somebody would have for sure stole that car. Just walking and just seeing the car with the keys on the seat. But Highway 52, his car was found abandoned on Highway 52 and Killing, right? The reflection, 43, 34, and 115. State Route 52, 151, 43. Just like the death note that was left on the seat, 151, 43. Now, somebody comment on the Facebook. I went through all the comments on each post. I was trying to find somebody that knew him, right? But this lady right here had an interesting comment. She said, finding the note in the car and the girl being with him in the psych ward. So apparently he was with someone else. And the tag being removed from his car. It's either he walked away and didn't want to be found, or someone met him there to disappear with him. Searching with dogs, air search and ground search of 1,000 acres for over a week turned up nothing. Believe me, if he was traipsing around in the wilderness, those dogs would have scented him out. He would have gotten a scratch and left a scent in a branch or something. I think he left with someone. Just my opinion. Right? And I'm thinking he left with someone as well. Being with him in the psych ward. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. They didn't even disclose that in any of the news articles. And right, the Toyota Camry, which was abandoned, right? Toyota equals 24, Camry equals 24, and he went missing on the 24th. Missing hiker, we're gonna get to that note. Missing hiker and Toyota Camry, 141 forwards and backwards. Order out of chaos, 183.75, just like missing hiker. So they putting a stamp all over this. Order out of chaos, Amicalola Falls State Park, 75. Now his last known location was Highway 52. He went missing on 52 date numerology. Highway 52 also equals 52, along with 3600 block equals 52. Now, if we look at this note real good, I'm not sure if y'all can see it. Y'all might have to zoom in on whatever phone y'all in, screenshot, and then take that screenshot and zoom in. But it says right here, please go to the house above. It says something. I'm not sure what that word in the middle says, but it says, please go to the house above. They will help you. That's what that note, that's what they left that note for the police. So I'm thinking that, and the police are deciding not to read this letter to you. But I thought that we're trying to find this man. So wouldn't you want to disclose what's in that note? Maybe you will help somebody. Maybe that note will confirm to the parents whether that's his handwriting or not. Wouldn't you want, and we haven't heard a statement from the parents, the mother, the father. There's no statements from any family members. Now, Wolf, just like Wolf stated, it's a PDF file that we didn't see, and it's been confirmed, official documents. Because now, if you try to find it, it links you to the federal. What website was it, Wolf? They link you to a federal website where you have to have a government computer to sign in and read these PDF documents. Luckily, I have the document on my computer. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to put it on YouTube, but if you join the Discord, I'll be able to put it on there. I'll be able to send it to you. But in this PDF file, they discuss how they leave certain things at the crime scene for these, because we know the police. Oh look, now I'm dropping frames. But look, we read that they leave because we know the police are following the same Masonic, the same fraternal order. And they leave. DDG roasted you again. Man, ain't nobody worry about him. DDG still talking about me. That's cause he know it's true. I'm still in his mind, rent free. But they leave these things at the crime scene for the police to see. And it's a certain way they speak. It's cryptic. It's cryptic the way they speak. And if they see it, they read it, they understand what it means. So this is why the police are no longer searching for him. Because they understand what's going on. That's how they communicate. So I'm led to believe that he's not gone. That's just my opinion. The note said they will help you. Please go to the house above. Now I looked at the lodge that's close to where he went missing in Dawson. Somebody said the house above is the Mason Lodge. Is that really the what's the name? The slang for it? But yeah, the note says the house above. And the Mason Lodge, the thing is about this Mason Lodge in Dawson, which is where he was missing in Dawson County. They meet up every second and fourth Tuesday. Now the fourth Tuesday of June, which is when he was found missing in June. Now that meeting lands on the 26th and he went missing on the 24th. So yeah, either he could have been a sacrifice for that lodge, or this could be some type of rebirth ritual where he's not actually dead. Because the keys on the seat, the note on the note on the seat, the police not reading the note, it's sketchy. And they just happen to meet 2 days after he goes missing. So I don't know if his family had ties. Yeah, that's the question. That's the question that will answer it all. If his family has ties. Now we don't know. The parents haven't even made a statement. They haven't said anything about what's going on. How many days after June 10th? 14. From him being missing, 14 days. But yeah, they're not looking for him anymore. So it's a reason behind them not looking for him anymore. And it's something on that note. They read that note. And they said, okay, that's all we need to know. Yeah, somebody in his family has to have some type of ties. And then he was last found on Highway 52 on 52 date numerology. Highway 52 equals 52 along with how they tell you 3600 block, which also equals 52. So yeah. And also Dawson Lodge, this lodge right here. Dawson Lodge also equals 52. So yeah, I don't know his family has any ties to this. But this is very sketchy. It's too much that's lining up to say that this is just a normal disappearance. Yeah, they said his parents, all they said about his parents was they came Tuesday and they were looking for him in the forest. But, you know, they never made a statement. They never, like, damn, did you give the parents the note? Like, damn, we could have analyzed, the parents could have analyzed if the handwriting belonged to his son. The handwriting on the note that was left behind. They just left it in the car. Did y'all see how they staged that? They left the note in the car. They read it. They took the note, they read it, and they put it back down so they could take a picture. And they set the keys on the seat. And that's some very neat handwriting. So, yeah, the wheel ain't even straight. The wheel upside down. Who parked their car and don't straighten the wheel up? That's too scripted. This too staged. And look, 6:33 is when they put this out. Yeah, the Saturn ring on the Toyota, it's too much lining up. It's too much going on. So yeah, they had something. He had some type of ties. Alex K. Tyler, who is a medium, she said about a year ago for us to stay out of the state parks. Yeah, so that note, man, it says if y'all just coming in, the note itself says, please go to the house above. They will help you. Now I don't know. Now y'all can screenshot this right now, so y'all can zoom in and try to see for yourself. But I can't. I can't play. I don't know what that word is in the middle right there. But everything else says, please go to the house above. They will help you. Who is they? So, yeah, man. This scream staged because the missing 411 happens in state parks. She said that a month ago to stay out the state parks. Crazy. And then they just happened to meet up 2 days after he goes missing. So what did they do with him? What did they do with him? Did he go through a rebirth ritual or did they just kill him? Did they just sacrifice him? This is the lodge that he was close to. And everything else about his name, it's too, nah. His name, nah. It's too synchronized. So what y'all think, man? What's the conclusion? Because that's all we have. That's all the evidence that we have so far. Because everybody else is just copying and pasting. How far is the Dawson Lodge? Let's see the address. It's chartered through the Grand Lodge of Georgia. Sorry. Address is 660 Ashley Drive. We take that. A little Google. Oh, I gotta Google it. It's not far. It's 39 minutes away from where he went missing at the Amicalola Falls State Park. is 39 minutes and 39. Did I see it in this? I don't know. I don't think I. But it's 39 minutes to this lodge right here. And they said the house above. The house above. This is north. It's literally above, and it's on Highway 52. It's right off 52. So it's not far. It's not far at all. So that's what's really going on. Dark months. Why they say dark months? They say they meet. The second meeting is during the dark months. So what's really going on? Really going on? 660 Ashley Drive. That's where y'all lodge at. So yeah. Which are the dark months? I'm assuming June, December. You know, the winter solstice is in December. Summer solstice is in June. So those 6, you know, they go by 6. They love that number 6. So it would make sense. So yeah, that's all we got, man. If y'all just not coming in, yeah, we kind of at the end. So if y'all play it back, it'll make sense. Rock Creek is where witchcraft occurs in that area. Yeah, this is wild. But yeah, man, that's all we got for this right here, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments as well. If y'all came in late, just run it back. It'll make sense if you watch it all over. So appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate y'all support, all the love. And I'm out.